Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the coin collector and got some interesting coins that I recently picked up I wanted to talk about. So, here in front of you I've got some large cents, some US mint large cents from the early to mid 1800s. I've got 4 of them here. I had this one, and then I picked up these 3 just recently, and decided to start my coin channel off with these. So, get right into it. With the large cent, it was minted from 1793 to 1857, and 1793 obviously being the first year that the U.S. Minted their own coins. With this coin being the earliest I have of the large cents, we'll start there. It is an 1818 Coronet Liberty Head large cent. And it is called the Coronet because that is the style of design. That was designed by Robert Scott, and to be honest with you, the differences are very, very mild. The only 2 that I have is I have the Coronet, that are these 2, which is 1818 and 1820, and then these 2 are separate. They're called a braided hair large cent, and the differences are so slight that I can't really point them out. The only thing off the top of my head is that the hair at the very bottom next to the dates seem to stray out a bit farther. But that's all that I can see the difference of. Anyways, this 1818 Coronet Liberty Head large cent, it's not in good condition, as you can see. It's probably just considered good condition, but it's not in great condition or anything like that. You can barely see some of the lettering on the back, and of course the face is all distorted and completely been rubbed off. But let's get into some info. It was minted in Philadelphia, as all the large cents were. They did not have a variety of mint locations yet. So, minted in Philadelphia, and this 1818 had 3,167,000 mint. So, 3.1 million of these coins were made. Not extremely rare, but they are 100% copper, all of them. And the value of these coins, the 1818, can run from, like this one, which is in good condition, can run $34, and can go all the way up to brilliant uncirculated, which would equal about $1,000 for this coin. In the year that this coin was made, in 1818, you could expect to buy a single piece of candy, like a licorice or a hard candy. You could also buy a bundle of matches or a single piece of fruit, so maybe a chopped up apple or things of that nature. Sorry for the background noise. With this coin, some significance of this year: Frederick Douglass was born, and Paul Revere died. I was shocked to see that Paul Revere actually lived that long, honestly, but it was pretty interesting. So, this coin could have actually been carried by Paul Revere right before his death. You know, if he got lucky enough to get his hands on a newly minted large cent, he could have bought some fruit with it or a bundle of matches. So Paul Revere could have held this, or Frederick Douglass's parents could have used this exact coin to buy some candy for their newborn baby. Some more interesting things about this year Illinois became a state, and the Jackson Purchase took place, which is when Andrew Jackson negotiated the Treaty of Tuscaloosa to purchase land from the Chickasaw Nation in what is now western Tennessee and Kentucky. Kentucky being my home state, I found that pretty interesting. So, we'll move on to the 1820. This coin is interesting because it is an 1820 small date, is what it is referred to as. It was two varieties, if that would focus. It's very hard to tell because this coin is beat up, but let's see if we can get that to focus. Potentially. There we go. The 1820, the date on this, you can see that the 2 has a curl at the end of it. At the top of the 20, it curls in on itself, which is referred to as the small date. So this coin is a bit more rare than the others that I have, only because the small dates were not as many mint, and I don't know exactly how many of each were minted. I couldn't find that information, but in total there were 4.4 million minted of the 1820 large cent. So once again, not extremely rare. This one is in pretty poor condition. I don't think it would be considered good, and if it is, maybe just on the edge of a good condition. But you can look at the values of this particular coin being at good, $41, and brilliantly uncirculated, because it is a small date, is a little more expensive, has a little more value to it than even the 1818. With brilliantly uncirculated, looking at about $3,100. Some interesting things that happened in this year. James Monroe was reelected as president. Maine became the 23rd state, and Susan B. Anthony was born. Move on. Now we are in the braided hair era of large cent coins, and you'll notice this is the nicest coin I have out of the 4 in terms of conditioning. I believe this is an example of when someone cleans a coin incorrectly. We all know that as numismatics, people hate to see coins that are cleaned, because oftentimes things will get worn away. But I believe this is an example of someone doing it correctly. It looks like it has been dipped in something, some substance, to clean it without actually rubbing off any of the details, which is why this coin kind of pops. Unlike the others, it actually looks like it is copper. Obviously they all are, but you can tell the difference right away. Anyways, this coin is an 1849 coin. The braided hair coins were from 39 to 57. So that's why these two are braided coins, while as these two are coronet heads. The designer changed. The designer is Christian Gorbech. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. He is the one that decided to call it the braided hair and change the design just very, very, very slightly. Still 100% copper. This coin will run you $29 at the good condition, and for brilliantly uncirculated, about $700. Some interesting things that happened in this year in 1949 are the California Gold Rush started, and Zachary Taylor became the 12th president. We've got some more stuff. Harriet Tubman actually emancipated herself this year, and Elizabeth Blackwell becomes the first woman doctor in this year. She gained a doctorate and that was the first woman to do so. So very interesting. This coin could have been carried by Elizabeth Blackwell or Harriet Tubman. Could have been used for all sorts of things that year, and all sorts of historical things. Very interesting. The last coin that I have here is a 1852. Is in not good condition at all. Let's see if we can get it focused. Not very good condition, but not horrible. Not as bad as the some others. But this is getting close to the end of this coin's run. Like I said, the large cent stopped being produced in 1857, so this is getting close to the end. And there was 5 million of these coins minted, so not rare. At a good grade, they will run you about $30, and for brilliantly uncirculated, it will cost about $423. Now, the interesting thing about this coin, though, with values, is that excuse me, there have been 3 examples of proof valued coins. So even better than uncirculated. Basically, that means it's never been touched by human hands, almost, if at all, very, very, very limited. And there have been 3 examples of this coin found in that condition, and one of those in 2015 actually sold for $100,000. So if this coin was in absolutely proof perfect condition, I could be holding $100,000 in my hand. But I'm not, because I don't think that coin makes the proof value. But that's interesting nonetheless. And during this year, the first American steam fire engine was tested. So a fire truck was tested that year that ran off of steam. Uncle Tom's Cabin was published in Boston during this year, 1852. And Franklin Pierce becomes the 14th president. Now, something I'd like to say at the end of all of these videos are something that I enjoy or something that I like about these coins. These coins are interesting. I like the weight of them. I like the feel of them in my hand. I like this one the best only because it actually looks like it was 1 cent at one time. But I like the large lettering and numbers on this on these particular coins. They are, especially, you can tell on this one what I mean. They're just it's very clean, and the entire back is filled with lettering, and I just like that. I like the way it looks aesthetically. That's gonna end this video of the U.S. large cents that I have in my collection. So hope you guys got some information out of this video, and if you did, leave a like and watch the channel for more videos. Thank you.